Hey y'all, hey, it is Coach Tucker. All right, I'm trying to get myself together. All right, let's see. Should learn how to do this in advance. All right, guys, I'm live. I'm trying to get myself together. I changed the game because I needed this thing to work. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This is a different live. I gotta get myself together. I gotta get myself together. So I owe you guys major apologies. Okay. I owe y'all some apologies. The time that I agreed to yesterday was 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, is what I said. Well, wouldn't you know, as life would have it, I had forgot that my daughter, who is a cheerleader, not only is she a cheerleader, she is one of the captains of our team. And today was their first game. So where else was I gonna be? Where else was I gonna be? All right, where was I gonna be, honey? At the game, like a cheer mom should be. Okay. All right, come through Instagram, and this is why I go through because I got family all over. All right, so listen, this is what we're talking about this week, all week long. I promise you. I'm trying to think, and I don't think I got anything else up this week at 7:30 Central Standard Time. So you can set your clocks. But today, the game started at 6. And I was thinking, well, shoot, I don't know football at all, y'all. I'm a football mom. My son plays football. Hey, Sherelle, my son plays football, and my daughter is a cheerleader. And I'm at the games having no clue about what's going on. Okay, all I want to know is did we win? And people are like, how could this be? I went to an HBCU, the Jackson State University, where football is a really big deal. So I need a football mom tutorial. Who can help your girl out? Okay. So I get to the game. The game starts at 6. And in my mind, I'm thinking I should be able to just run on up here to the school. And I should be able to go ahead and get to the game and get back by 7:30. No, the game lasted just a little bit longer. So I got home, had to get everybody settled and ready for school tomorrow. And so here we are. But I am here. So y'all say where y'all from, what's going on. All right. So this is what we're talking about this week. The reason why I'm going live every single day this week and potentially next week is because of this. All right. God gave me a revelation just a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, when I thought about, and I'm going to take some responsibility, when I thought about the way that I tell my story. All right. And a lot of times when I'm telling this story, y'all, I'm telling y'all about like where I am today. And I think a lot of it is, well, for one, it's been so long that I felt that bad. It's hard for me to describe sometimes. So I forget parts of the story. So what occurred to me is when I tell my story this way, what happens is I think people look at the story and they say, that's great, Tuka. You have done a great job. I am so proud of you. And I'm like, that's not what I want the result to be. I want people to hear my story and say, you know what? I'm about to create that for myself and in my life. So I said, let me adjust what I'm talking about. So I start thinking like, as a mom, as a wife, when you get to the place where things have gotten off track in your life and things are just different, in your younger years, you were snatched a little bit, you were doing all the fun and exciting things. You really had no problem making time for you. You did that. It was natural and it was instinctive. Hey, Ro. It was natural and it was instinctive. Okay. And you didn't have no problem with it. And then you have these children, you start making people, you start becoming somebody's wife. And all of a sudden, when it comes to doing things that involve taking care of you, I don't know, you feel like you shouldn't. You feel like it's selfish. You feel like it's wrong to take time for yourself. And so I want you to think about your homework from last night was to think about that area of your life that you know things are not trending the way they should. It's that thing that you're like, I've been meaning to deal with this. All right. It's the you put on them jeans and you tighten, you zip them up if you can still zip them up, and you're like, this, I need to address this. All right. It might be the clutter in your house. It might be the time you spend with your husband. It might be the attention you give your children. But it's that thing that you've been thinking about it. It might be saving money. I don't know what the thing is. Okay. It might be the thing that you've been thinking about it and you've been telling yourself, I really need to get this thing back together. All right. So I want to give you two reasons. I want to give you two reasons and always two things to do. So I'm going to tell you what's the reason why we look at that thing. We talked about my window, the motor broke. And at first it was annoying to me. It was like inconvenient, but then I got kind of used to it. We talked about the when your smoke detector, when the battery goes out and that thing is beeping. And at first you're like, oh my God, we got to deal with it. But after a while, you get a little used to it. All right. So I'm going to give you two reasons for sure why I know that this happens. Two reasons why this happens. So the first reason that this happens is because you accept like the general rule that's true for everybody else. You accept what you see around you. The general rule, you accept general or normal as okay for yourself. So there's two things. One, you either accept like it's all or nothing, or what you see everybody else doing. All right. Sometimes as moms, we think if we can't like lock in and deal with this thing 100%, like 100%, then we're just going to wait until that season in our life where we got the time to really like dig in. So and I've been this way, where it's this all or nothing kind of mindset. Well, when you think like that, that's going to be a way of thinking that's going to block your success. Thinking that way blocks your success because you think until I can really do this thing all the way, then I'm just going to sit here and wait and think about the day that I'm going to do the thing. All right. So you don't have to do it perfectly to go ahead and get started. So if it's decluttering your house, I'm really more on weight because I think for me with weight, people look at my story, they see the before and they see the after. And they see all of the physical weight that I lost, not realizing that there was so much more weight that I was carrying that you couldn't see that had to also be released. All right. So we feel like we can't do it perfectly. We're just going to be out and we're going to wait until the perfect time, the perfect season. Well, I'm here to tell you there is no perfect time. There's no perfect time where you're going to be able to fully devote yourself, or you're going to be able to be 100% like life. You should literally expect life to life. Okay. You should literally expect things to pop up, the unexpected. I'm going to tell y'all this morning. So today I had it was a lot unexpected that came in me. I told y'all my daughter's game, just a lot today that came my way that I was like, I ain't playing for none of this. But this morning, because I was intentional about the way I start my day. Hey, Tamar. Yeah, because I was intentional about the way I started my day. Holy Spirit told me, don't rush to get out this bed. Just lay right here and have a little talk with Jesus. And when I tell you, I absolutely needed it. Okay. So it's not always going to be perfect. There are going to be days where things come your way, and the day that you plan, everything you thought you were going to do, it's just going to go all the way to the left, and all of it won't get done. And you have to be okay with that. You have to release yourself from this expectation that you're going to be perfect. All right. So for me, I knew for a long time I need to lose. You can look at yourself in the mirror and know I'm not at a healthy way. You can feel how you feel every day when you wake up and know I don't feel good. I need to sleep better. I need to get sleep. I need to drink my water. We know the things that we need to do. So the delay in starting, if it is related to you thinking that you have to wait until the season in your life when you got to go all in 100% to stop, I want you to stop doing it. Okay. I want to encourage you to get comfortable with understanding that it's about your daily progress. All right. It's about the progress that you make every day. It's not the perfect progress that you make because you're human. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Miss Pat. Yeah, we human. So setting this unrealistic expectation is holding you back from something you could have been a handle. Truth be told, when me and Ro linked up, I could have been a got 50 pounds off of me. I could have been a did that. But I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, thinking there was going to be this perfect time where I was going to have all the energy and everything was going to line up just perfectly enough for me to focus on this thing. And there was no perfect time. I just had to do the thing. All right. So I want you to commit to doing just taking a small, consistent step. So I don't know if that's like you need to go for a walk for 10 minutes, okay? Because you think you can't walk for 4 or 5 miles, you don't want to do it. Okay, listen, today you're gonna do a 10-minute mile. If you can't go full out every single day, today is gonna be a 10-minute walk. That's better than nothing. All right. While you work on getting better, organizing your time and structuring your life in a way that you can do the full workout, let's just do what you can. All right. Ro always tells people when they come into Sugar Ain't Sweet, she always says, do the best you can do until you can do better. And then you do that, right? So give the best that you got. So if it's 10 minutes, honey, give that 10 minutes, all right? But waiting to start, okay, that day's never going to come, all right? So the key is to always be moving forward, even if it's just a little bit at a time, all right? So I want you to start doing something. We're not waiting no more, all right? So we're watching other people win in areas of their life that we want success as well. And we're saying one day I'm going to do this thing. And we think that it's only possible for them. And I'm telling you, the same God is waiting for you to take a step. He's waiting for you to make a move, no matter how small. He's waiting on you to make a move. So make the move. Make the move. All right. Yeah, she said done is better than perfect. The perfect ain't done. All right. So because I can't do it to the max. Now there's some days I'm going all in, but some days it might just be a walk. All right. Until you develop and grow. The goal is to always be getting better. Here's the second thing I know that from getting on track. I need you to realize that Simone Biles. I just watched the Netflix special with Simone Biles, and honey, sis is everything to me. Okay. She is the epitome of excellence to me. All right. And that person that we see, when we see her with all these medals and all these wins and all the things that person was not created in a day. All right. She did not practice for a couple of days and become excellent. It wasn't a couple of days of practice that made her excellent. All right. She is the GOAT of gymnastics. Okay. Fight me. Fight me. This girl is the GOAT of gymnastics. And that took a lot of practice. It took dedication. It took perseverance. It took determination. It took that dog that don't quit. All right. It took that for this young lady to become that. So she didn't just have a success and say, I made it. She kept having wins, kept having wins, kept having wins, kept having wins. And so the same is true for you getting back on track. All right. So getting back on track with your health, back on track with your mindset and the way you think, and getting back on track with your life. All right. You're not what you're looking at. We have a tendency to look at people who have succeeded and who are winning, and we see how far they are. And we think, oh, it's not possible for us. Well, of course it's not possible. If you don't get up and start moving, you're never going to get any better. So that's like me. I say this all the time. When I used to watch Ro used to get her butt on Facebook Live early in the morning, every morning. She out there doing burpees. She out there lunging, hopping, and all the things, doing push-ups. And I'm just holding the camera. And I'm just looking and I'm saying, she's strong. That girl got muscles. My goodness, she real strong. And I'm not trying to do none of it. I'm just watching and observing. Because in my mind, I think that's good for her. All right. I think that's good for her. Versus thinking, I need to allow this to be an example. So maybe I can't do all those push-ups, but maybe I can do 5. And once I do those 5, tomorrow I'll do 10, or next week I'll do 10. But I'm going to consistently be getting better. So I want to encourage you now to start setting small goals that are achievable, just small steps. So you watching Coach Ro with the guns and you see her do a 100 clip, as she call it. Well, you might not be able to do a 100 clip today, but can you do 10 push-ups? All right. So set a goal that I'm going to do This is the step that I'm going to take and work towards that bigger thing. All right. So every major, like Oprah, every major success story you've ever heard, everybody you know that is winning at what it is that they do, they started small. They started with small, consistent things that led to this big win that we see and that we have a tendency to worship. But they started small. Oh, you saw Oprah's story when she had that little bitty afro and that Jerry curl. You know what I'm saying? Didn't look nothing like the Oprah that we know today. Didn't look nothing like the Oprah that we know today. I don't know why my nose is running, honey. I guess because we were outside in that grass. All right. So it's a journey. It's a journey. We're not running 100 miles an hour. It's a journey. All right. So when the little things first before you try to be amazing and excellent at everything. You're not going to be the Simone Biles. You're going to be the Simone Biles in the backyard on the trampoline for a minute, all right? And then you're going to have to consistently do that. But you have to do it every single day to become what it is that you want, all right? So just like Simone Biles, greatness is built over time, step by step, with consistent daily action. So I always say change begins with small daily wins. Not small 3 times a week wins, not small 2 times a week, not 5 times, small daily wins. So to clarify what that win looks like for you. See, these are the things that I need you to know, because when I tell my story and people see like I've made a physical transformation and lost some weight, people don't understand that these are the things that had to be addressed in order for me to still be here 4.5 years, almost. I'm saying 4.5, but I'm a little early. I'm 4 years and 3 months. Okay, something like that. All right, I'm losing track because praise the Lord, we still in this life thing. We still doing it. All right. So in order for me to anybody, like Ross said, anybody, you cut your arm off and lose weight. Anybody can lose weight. We can tell you today how to lose the weight, but if you don't address these things, all right, if you don't address these mindsets, then you're gonna put them right back on. So this is why I'm sharing it with you today. So I want you to know it's nothing super special about me. Just like you, I'm God's daughter. Okay, He loved you just as much as He loved me. He loved you just as much as He loved Simone Biles. He loved you as much as He loved Oprah Winfrey. Okay, He loved you. So the same God that bless other people and create success in their life will do the same for you. So I want you to, from this day forward, I don't want you to look at nobody's story and think it's only possible for them. All right. I don't want you to think that they have something that you don't. They might know something that you don't. They might do something that you don't, but they ain't no more special than you, including me. No more special than you. All right. And so God just gave me that this weekend because I was like, I just think people be like, Tuka, that's great. Clap it up for you. You lost 80 pounds. That girl, you did that. I want y'all to do it too. I want you to do it too. All right. So I'm having a master class in a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks from now. I had said September 10th, but Lord, apparently my daughter has football games on Tuesday nights. Apparently my baby has football games on Tuesday nights, and I'm a whole cheer mom. So to one of the captains, so I suppose I should be there. So I'm thinking I'm going to change the date to September the 12th. All right. So if you want to know the framework, okay, because when I went in the lab, like I got the physical results, but I went in the lab and I figured out how to do this thing. Oh, I'm so glad, Sherelle. Yeah. Tell me, yes, and then that's all they are, setbacks. So Sherelle on Instagram said she's been struggling with some setbacks. And it's because it's not gonna be perfect. Like I'm in the middle of a setback right now. And I'm an emotional person. Something happened to me that I ain't ready to talk about it publicly, but something happened to me today and it got me all in my feelings. Okay. And so I had to come in here and I had to talk to God and let him know, like, and the word he gave me for me is stay in character. All right. Stay in character. Because I have a tendency to jump all up in God's business and try to handle stuff. Okay. I will try to handle some stuff. Okay. And God said, you ain't got to handle a doggone thing. But what you got to do is stay in character. And that means, advocate for yourself, but in love. Don't you get outside of my will now. Don't get outside of my will, which is difficult. Okay. I'm sorry, Sherelle. So Sherelle said it's a rough time. Like life is life, and that happens. So what I know about it, and this is Sherelle, we finna be on here for a minute. Let me settle in because this is what happens. Um, Sometimes you will see people like that are really positive. People that are like that positive person who's always coming with the smiles. They're always coming with the energy. And it can be easy to assume that that person never has any difficulties, that they never have any trials, right? I want you to think about the way you frame it. So it's just a season that God is building. He developing something in you. So what is the lesson? That's the conversation, God. What is it that you want me to get from this? Could be multiple lessons, okay? Could be multiple lessons. So this is why we have to. I was teaching this today in one of the groups that I work in, and they that I coach in the group, we were just talking about how we are surprised when the enemy attacks us, right? We so shocked when the enemy come for us, and it's like, baby, ain't that what an enemy supposed to do? Don't the enemy supposed to fight you? So why are we shocked? And so if you're not in a season where you have some attack, you need to be fortifying in preparation for it because that's what the enemy does. So you have to be ready. And so I talked about how we don't ever really, like, we don't read our word. So we come on Instagram, we come on Facebook, and people can tell us any old thing. Folks can say anything to us, and we're going to believe it because we don't line it up with the word of God, but what the word of God says. So I need to know where they say that in the good book. Pastor Kevin Ewan call it the rule book. Okay. Where do it say that in the rule book? Okay. I need to see it in the rule book. And don't give me the section, the little script. I want to know the whole context of what is read. So we got to study our words. So Sherelle, I just want you to trust God, even when you don't know, and I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me. Trust God, even when you don't know what the end is going to be, but you know it's going to be good. So for me, I'm like, I could go up in here and fight with these people because fight, I was in the mood to do. Okay. I was in the mood to do. I could go in here and fight with these folks up here, or I can let God handle it. Now I got questions that need answers. All right. I'm gonna be direct, I'm gonna be assertive, but I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I'm not gonna be disrespectful, and I'm not gonna be outside the will of God. All right. Because he goes before me. So Sherelle, he goes before you. All right. He goes before you. So just start. And another thing I want to encourage you to do, this is something that I always have people in my success squad do, which is my group of mentees that I coach. We write, we journal every day, 5 to 10 minutes a day. And some of them at first, they like, I don't have time. And I'm like, set that timer and journal for 5 minutes. And in your 5 minutes of journaling, write down the things that you are grateful for. Because when you start focusing on what God has done, okay, um, it takes your mind off of what is not happening the way you want it to happen. All right. It literally shifts your mind on what's not going well, you know? And so don't stay there. Get up, get active, start making some definitive moves and ask God to walk with you. Because he waiting. Hey, Miss Annette. Yeah, so he waiting. He is waiting for you to ask him. All right, Sherelle. So prayers that this passes relatively quickly, but ask God what is it that He wants to show you in this season. All right. And yeah, I'm glad. So we're gonna start small. We're gonna do something, okay? Um, it wouldn't be faith. It would not be faith if God just straight up told us, listen, this is what I'm about to do in your life. The faith part comes in the trusting when you don't know exactly how it's gonna turn out. That's what faith is. That's what faith is. Trusting, Lord, I don't know the ending. Okay. I know it's gonna be good. Now, I did say it's gonna be good, but I know tribulations in there. All right. But it's gonna be good when I get there. And I know that at some point I'm gonna look back and see there are so many things that I wanted to, hey Jamie, there are so many things I wanted to happen in my life. I'm talking about relationships, I'm talking about jobs, I'm talking about financial decisions that I wanted so bad. And for whatever reason, God did not allow it. And years later, I could look back and see, like, oh, That's why I wasn't supposed to get that job. Ah, wasn't supposed to be in that relationship. Right? So God don't got to check in with me. He don't got to say, look, Tuka, this is what I'm doing. Okay, this is the plan. All right. I'm checking in with you, let you know what's going on. No, he say, trust me. Okay. So faith is your faith, the literal like dictionary definition of the word faith is complete trust. To put your complete trust in him. And honey, I came to give a word and I'm giving it to myself because I need this was the word Tuka needed for Tuka today. Okay. Because today was a day. Okay. I was like, Lord, I was like, help me, Jesus. But I had to get out of my feelings because I'm an emotional person, okay? And I'd be like, why are we being like this to me? I ain't trying to hurt nobody. But I know that, baby, I don't have to worry, I don't have to fight a battle, I don't have to vindicate nothing. God goes before me. He goes before he go before you too. All right. So listen, you're not gonna be Simone Biles tomorrow. All right, you're gonna have to start with a little cartwheel tomorrow. Okay, you might have to do some little calf raises tomorrow. Okay, but then you do it again every day. You're not gonna start off as a superstar. You're not gonna be a millionaire unless you at 950,000 a day. Okay, but you're not gonna be a millionaire tomorrow. Okay, it's master thousandaire, then five digit air. All right, then six figure air. Okay, and then millionaire. Small, consistent, daily steps. Stop sleeping on the small steps. So you out there, you're looking at somebody doing something. It look like number one, you got to be mindful of that mindset within itself. Looking at somebody and thinking that because what I'm learning about these social media streets, people can create whatever they want to create. They can make it look like whatever they want to show me some fruit. Okay, they can make it look like whatever they want to make it look like. But stop looking at people and thinking that the guy that did it for them won't do it for you. Don't do that. Don't discount him like that. Don't do that. All right? Don't do that. The same God. But what he's waiting for is for you to take some action. He's waiting on you to move. All right? So if you want to lock in your seat for I was gonna close it at a certain number, but I was like, Holy Spirit was like, no, just let it rip. So if you want to come to the masterclass, that's we're gonna say September 12th. That's on September 12th. I gotta go in and change the date. But if you want to come to the masterclass, I'm talking about, losing weight, but it's physical weight, it's mental weight, it's spiritual weight, because you can lose all the weight you want. All right. But if you don't come up with a system for how to take care of yourself while you taking care of everybody else, you can lose as much weight as you want to. You're going to put that thing back on, okay? So all you got to do is you have to comment the word thrive, all right? I know for sure on Instagram it'll be sent directly to you, but if you're on YouTube or Facebook, I probably have to run back, check it, and send it to you manually. But if you want to comment the word thrive, I'll send you the link. You can save your seat. It'll say September 10th on there, but I'm going to change it because I realized that my daughter has a game that day. I realized that today. So I'll be at her game. And it's important that I attend that one because they don't have that many in the season. And 3 of them, I'll be traveling. So I don't get that many opportunities. And so I'm gonna be there. All right. So listen, I love y'all to life. Just in short, this all or nothing. Like if I can't go 100, I don't know who told us we gotta be 120 all the time. I don't know who told us that. Some days it looks like Anita Baker, I'm giving you the best that I got. Okay. That's the expectation. You operate in excellence, give the best you got, do it every day, and build on it every single day. And one day you're going to look up and you are going to have made tremendous progress, more than you could imagine, especially if you don't quit. All right. You are welcome, Sherelle. So I'll be back here tomorrow. Y'all bring some friends, bring some busy moms. Okay. I don't know why my nose is running. Y'all listen, I was out there in the grass and all of a sudden I got the little sniffles. I think it's allergies, but I don't know what's happening. Okay. I don't know what's going on. So bring some friends. I'll be live tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 if you're on the East Coast. And I'm literally holding my phone over here. I got Facebook over here and I got YouTube right here. So I'm all over, okay? But I'm gonna do this thing on all three platforms. All right. I love y'all to life. I pray that you have an absolutely amazing and restful evening. Get you some sleep. Don't be up all night and do not be Insta scrolling. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.